The Prodigal Tongue by Lynne Murphy. Lynne Murphy is an American who either is living in Britain or has lived there for a long time, and she writes about the sort of the differences between American English and British English, but not only that, but a lot of the misunderstandings and the misconceptions and really the continuing misinformation that people put out when they talk about the two versions of English. I love it. I've always been a big fan of the language and the evolution of the language and all languages, and she really hits the nail on the head and is research based. And I found this book just really great from start to finish. I've got a few bookmarks in there for things that have always interested me, and I go back to some, the subjunctive, because there are things that I hear. I don't know if you get in these conversations, but I get in these conversations with people about, oh well, English doesn't use a subjunctive anymore, and she points out that English does use a subjunctive, and oh, the Americans changed the language in this way, and it turns out Americans really didn't change the language most of the time. Almost none of the time did English really change in America. It just sort of more like solidified in a different way from how it solidified in Britain. For example, using you in color or favor was something that was common in Britain and in the New World, and it just settled without the U. That is to say, favor or color might have a U, be spelled with a U by some people, without a U by other people, in both places. And then as the spellings got standardized, it got standardized in a different way in the two different countries. Standardized makes me think of IZE endings. So the United States has a lot more IZE endings, or IZE, and Britain has more ISE. Well, you might think that they changed it in the United States, but they really didn't. IZE was common in both places, and then eventually standardized to being ISE in Britain. And really, this is the case for just about, almost so many things that are considered Americanisms or American changes turn out to be things that started in Britain. And then there are other things that didn't, but this is just fascinating. I love this book from, as I say, from beginning to end. And I probably should get separated by a common language, because she wrote that as well. And if it's as good as this, then I would appreciate it. Anyway, there we go, The Prodigal Tongue. If you're interested at all in sort of these kind of differences between American English and British English, and how they started and where they ended up, and how wrong people are to complain about them, this is a good one. All right, The Prodigal Tongue by Lynne Murphy.